ready to go in. Start sitting straight.
What you see over my shoulder is what we call a normal straight wall trench that has had a slough. A slough is when a large section of dirt falls in one of the side walls of the trench. When the slough happens, the straight wall trench is no longer there and we cannot use normal everyday shoring techniques. We have to do what's called outside wales. When we set our outside whalers, we're creating a false wall. By creating the false wall, we have something to shore up against with our panels and our struts. Once we shore up the actual sloughed wall with our outside whalers, we basically created a false wall with that whaler, but the whaler actually has no ground to push against. We have to do what's called backfilling. We have multiple ways to do this. We can use actual lumber. One of the best things we have is low pressure bags or medium pressure bags. They fill up a large void and provide a good backfill for us. Then we can shovel dirt and add lumber in there. We want to basically close up the hole to create one solid unit again. OSHA states that you have to have a strut within 2 foot of the top lip and 2 foot of the trench floor. Oftentimes when you have a slough, that dirt does fall down into the floor and it does create a difficult situation for us because our 2 foot from the floor is sitting on top of dirt that has fallen in. What we do then, as we dig down to get to the patient, we will provide what we call supplemental shoring. One good tip when you're backfilling, especially with like a low pressure air bag, you have to know how many PSI to actually fill that bag to. We practice and shore everything like we're in C60 soil. When you put the bag in there, there's a mathematical equation that you can basically take the 60 divided by 144 or 1 square foot, 144 square inches, and you get 0.416. For easy math, we'll round it up to 0.5. What that does, that tells you that at a half a PSI per foot of depth is what you inflate your bag. For instance, you see behind me over my shoulder, we have a whaler and strut system set up at 2 foot of depth because we know that we have to be 2 foot below the lip. Per foot of depth, we inflate to a half PSI. Therefore, we would have to inflate the low pressure bag to 1 PSI, half plus a half, to equal and minimize and hold back our C60 soil per the 2 foot of depth.